Hello and welcome back to the Rubank Play Along series. Level 1, I am Michael Weiss of Michael Weiss Music. I've been playing saxophone for 22 years, and today we're going to be looking at Lesson 8 out of the Rubank Elementary book. Now before we get started playing, I want to do a little bit of a question and answer, because right from the very beginning of Lesson 8, we've got one brand new concept and one older concept that you might not have thought about for a while. So I'll ask two questions, and I'll give you an opportunity to pause the video and try to answer the questions for yourself. If you're already familiar with these concepts and you want to get straight to the playing, feel free to skip ahead to the play along section of the video. Alright, so looking right at the top of Lesson 8, we see that the title of the page is 3/4 time, and all I want to know is, what does that mean? What does 3/4 time mean? So I'll give you a second to pause the video and let me know what you think 3/4 time is. Alright, we're back, and if you said that 3/4 time means something along the lines of we're playing a song that gets 3 beats in every measure, then you're exactly right. We can take a look at what's called the time signature right at the very beginning of the song, the 3 on top of the 4, and what that's telling us is that there's the equivalent of 3 quarter notes in each measure, and each one of those quarter notes would get 1 beat. Alright, and the second question is written right into the book. If we look at song number 1 in measure 2, we're asked, what is the fingering of that note and why? And what I want you to think about is the fact that we've played all of these notes many times before, so why are we being asked about this one in particular right now? So that's what I want to know. What is that note? What is the fingering you're going to use to play it? And why are we being asked about it right now? So take a second to pause the video, answer that question. Alright, we're back, and if you said anything about the key signature or the fact that this is a B natural instead of a B flat, then you're exactly right again. If you remember, when we first learned that note, it was a B natural, and we played it with only the first finger in the left hand. On the past couple of pages, we've been learning about the key of F major, which has a B flat in it, and we play that note as the first 2 fingers in the left hand and the side key in the right hand. Now we've gone back to our original key, so we're going to play that note again as a B natural using only our first finger in the left hand. So there's a lot of really important information that's given to us right at the beginning of each song, and it's good to get into the habit of taking a second and really paying attention to what that information is and how it's going to affect your playing of the song. So we're going to get into playing the lesson in just a second, and before we start each song, I'll give you a quick reminder to pay attention to the key signature, pay attention to the time signature, and think about what those things mean. Okay, and with that, let's get into playing song number 1 from Lesson 8 at 100 beats per minute, and we'll take a quick second to notice that we don't have any sharps or flats in this song, which means that we're in the key of C major, and our time signature is 3/4 time, which means it's 3 beats per measure, and the quarter note gets 1 beat. Alright, here we go. Here's song number 2, also at 100 beats per minute, and notice that we're still in 3/4 time, but now we have a B flat in the key signature, which means that we're playing in the key of F major. Here we go. We're on to song 3 at 100 beats per minute, and the key signature and the time signature are exactly the same as they were in song 2. Still F major, still 3/4 time. Here we go. Let's take the Duet German Waltz a little bit faster at 130 beats per minute. And for these last two songs, I want you to look at the key signature and the time signature and tell me what key are we in and what is our time signature. Here we go. And finally, song number 5. Let's go back to our 100 beats per minute tempo from before, but still answer the question, what key are we in and what is our time signature? Here we go. Alright, I hope that was helpful for you. If you have any questions about the lesson, please leave those down in the comments below. Also, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel so that you don't miss any future play-alongs. This has been Michael Weiss with Michael Weiss Music, and I'll see you in Lesson 9.